Hello, and welcome back to the Dancing Italian Urban Farm. Today we're getting some stuff done in the kitchen. The first thing I'm doing is I'm making homemade pancake mix. I will try to link the recipe that I used below, but the reason we made this is because my daughter and I were looking on Pinterest and she saw a recipe that looked interesting to her, which was pancake muffins. So she wanted to make pancake muffins. So that's what we're going to do. And here she is helping me to make the pancake muffins. We had so much fun making these pancake muffins. Yeah. So she's mixing, and then we're going to put the batter in the cups. We have this neat little scoop thing my mother found that helps you measure cupcakes, but it works for muffins as well. The white part there is for regular size, and then the pink part is for the minis. It's a really handy little tool to have. But we made two different varieties. We made bacon and chocolate chips. So I cut up some bacon and put it in there, and then my daughter sprinkled in the chocolate chips. We had a little bit of extra batter left over, so we just kind of globbed it on top. It was fine. You'll see how they turned out here in just 1 second. I also went ahead and started some sourdough coffee cake, which we'll talk about that in just a second, because right now we're going to take a look at these beautiful muffins. They turned out so good. They are actually really good. They're delicious, and we want to try some different varieties. All right, so here I am feeding my sourdough starter because, it's like having an infant or a pet. You gotta feed it every day. So I'm just feeding my sourdough starter to. It's really bubbly and active, so I'm really excited to, when it starts cooling off, get into some bread baking. All right, let's talk about the coffee cake, because here I am making the rest of the coffee cake. Because you have to put the sourdough starter in and the flour and the water, and then you have to let it sit for like 8 hours. And then you put the rest of the ingredients in and bake it. Well, I did that. Okay, I did that. I followed the directions. I think my mistake was I didn't use a chicken egg. I used a duck egg because these did not turn out right. Like the bottom 2/3 to 3/4 of my coffee cake looked like baked custard. That's what it looked like. It looked like baked custard. It did not look like cake. So I don't know if it was the duck egg or the humidity or combination thereof, but needless to say, we didn't eat it. It went in the compost because, yeah, no, very disappointed. I'm gonna wait a little while, and then I will probably try it again, but I'll use a chicken egg instead of a duck egg and see if that makes a difference. So yeah. And now you're going to see just a beautiful picture of one of my roses I have growing. And then here's my husband measuring for some beds in the backyard. Okay, so based on the measuring and stuff that we just did outside, we want to get at least 10 more raised beds. Yeah. Gonna be working a lot of extra stuff. But we may have to do it one bed at a time, but we'll get there.